Hello, my beautiful Libra. How are you today? Thank you for joining Temperance Tarot. I am so excited to do this reading for you. If this message resonates with you, go ahead, like and subscribe and share if you feel like it might benefit anyone else. If it doesn't, go ahead and just leave it behind and maybe look at any other placements that you might have and check out my other readings. Libra. So as I was getting ready to do your reading, I felt that there is a lot of confusion about what's going on right now. I think you're either distracted with what's going on around the world, or you're too busy looking at everybody else's journey. There's a lot of energy that's going on right now, and I think people are going, as a collective, we're going through a lot of changes, a lot of shifts, a lot of shedding, a lot of new things, new beginnings, closing of a lot of doors. And I think that you're not, you're not the exception. You're going through this as well. And something about this process has caused some confusion for you. I think you feel that everybody else knows what they're supposed to be doing or how they're supposed to be doing it. And here's the thing. A lot of people fake it until they make it. Okay? Like that is a real thing. Fake it until you make it. You're not like that. You like to have all the facts. You like to know everything before you even consider diving into something. And for that reason, I think that it can make it a little difficult for you to start anything. And I don't say that in a mean way. I say that you tend to question a lot about why you're doing something, how you're going to do it. And when we live in a place where we're constantly in our heads like that, questioning and dissecting everything, by the time we want to start it, we're exhausted. So Libra, what you're feeling, I think, might be a little bit more, I feel like you're feeling a little depleted, and you're just like, I'm over it. Let's just get this over with. Okay, can we just like move on? 2026, let's just get it started. And a lot of us have been feeling tired and depleted from these eclipses that are happening. This last full moon was very, very draining, because we were asked to lay down a lot of things that were no longer serving us. And Libra, you like to weigh out things, weigh your options out, but I want to say that kind of like pros and cons list, okay? There's some things that don't need a pros and cons list. This doesn't serve me and I need to just let it go. I don't need to negotiate with my happiness. I don't need to negotiate with my peace. It is time to close some chapters. It's just time. And I feel like the minute that you do that, the minute that you close these doors or these chapters that haven't served you for a very long time, you're going to gain a lot of clarity. And I can't remember what other sign I read for that had a similar message about gaining clarity. I want to say it was Taurus. But and maybe you have some Taurus in you, or a placement in Taurus, but I want to say that the longer you negotiate with your peace and your happiness and your joy, the longer you're going to feel stuck. Okay? All right, let's get from the bottom. All right. Oh my goodness. This is interesting. I don't know why I just got really excited about these cards. Okay, so I'm just going to read them to you. So we have the Six of Cups. We have the Seven of Disc, which is the Seven of Pentacles. And then we have the Sun. And we also have the Seven of Wands. And this card is named Valor. All right. You're not a failure. I'll say that right off the bat. Because again, I feel like you've been playing the comparison game for a long, long time. I don't know who you're comparing yourself to. I don't know if you're looking up, I'm seeing Instagram, social media. Instagram, I have a very, very particular opinion about Instagram, and I'm no longer on Instagram anymore. I used to do readings in the past through Instagram, but it was just, there's something about that platform that causes people to compare themselves to everyone. And here's the truth, like I was saying about fake it till you make it. There's a lot of people that are faking it and they're not even close to making it because they're not real. They're not authentic. There's nothing genuine about people on social media. And I don't say that to bash anyone. I really don't. But there is a certain darkness about people that only want to show the best side of themselves. And as humans, we're both light and dark. We carry both. Okay, we have a shadow side. We have a light. We are both. And I know there's a time and a place to show, darkness or light. I know that we can't go around being dark all the time. I understand that, but there's something about being vulnerable and being real and showing our struggles and showing what it takes to be successful that I think a lot of people on social media, specifically Instagram, is very damaging to those that are trying to be that are trying to show up and be as authentic as they can be. Because what it's showing us is that people don't want to see the real you. They want to see the fixed up you. But that isn't going to get us anywhere. And there's something really dark about being fake and being someone that you're not. So I want to say to you, Libra, that the hiccups that you've experienced, the mistakes that you've made, the failed projects, or whatever it is that you feel like you failed at, that was part of your process. This was part of your journey. This is part of your story. And it's built a lot of character. And it's built a lot of, it's shown that you are resilient, that you have valor. That in spite of everything that you've failed at, and I say this because I know that failed can be a bad word in some way, but everything that you feel like you failed at, you've grown from it. You've learned from it. Like, there's nothing that hasn't happened in your human experience that you have not learned from. And I think a lot of the times we feel that unless we show up and it is perfect, I'm sensing you're a little bit of a perfectionist. Unless you show up and it's perfect, unless it's exactly what you want it, what you feel like it needs to be, you won't even bother doing it. You're just like, no, I'm not doing this. Unless I know this is what it's going to look like, I'm not going to do it. And I just want to say that a lot of the times we create such an attachment to outcome that we miss out on the whole experience of it, because we feel that unless you have a 100% guarantee that this is what it's going to look like, I'm not even going to try. And I'm telling you, that is one of the worst things that we can do when we are looking to start something new, or we're looking to gain some new knowledge or experience, because if we get robbed, we literally will get robbed of what we're here to do. Our purpose. It will rob our purpose. And I want to say, Libra, that it's time to experience some pleasure in your life. You have given a lot of thought to a lot of things, but you haven't been able to enjoy what you have done because you're just too busy like, well, how can I make this better? Or how can what else can I do? And I literally feel my mind just racing. And I feel like all these thoughts are just bombarding you constantly. It's time to stop looking at yourself like a failure and start enjoying life, enjoying the moment. I had another reading where they talked about, grounding and meditation. And I think this also applies to you, Libra. There's something about grounding yourself and just sitting in the moment. I think maybe some meditations of gratitude will be very helpful, very beneficial to you. And also, I feel that shining some light in some of the things that you believe about yourself, whether maybe I'm not good enough or self-doubt, shining some light and reflecting on the things that you have been successful on, because you have been very successful. You have done a lot. You just haven't taken the time to look back and see what you've done. And it's time for you to do that. It's time for you to look at it and just say like, oh crap, I did that. That was me. I did all of that. And guess what? Sometimes I didn't even know what I was doing, but I just showed up and I did it. And I think that's the piece of the puzzle that you might be missing. You just need to show up. And you do that very often. You just don't even know that you do it. So trusting yourself, trusting that you have what it takes, trusting that you do know what you need to do. And even if you don't, I think just taking the first step is going to open the rest of the road for you. It's like driving in the dark, right? Like our headlights only see so far, but we trusted the roads there and we just keep going, right? And we just trust that the headlights are giving us enough to know whether it's safe to go forward or not. So trust your headlights. Trust that intuition. Trust that inner compass, that inner knowing that, okay, I'm going to keep going until I feel that it's time for me to take a little pause, take a little break. And in some way, I think Spirit is asking you to take a little pause, but just to reset your lights. Okay, let's see here. How can I adjust my focus? That's so funny. The light literally just dimmed right now. So this is a sign, I think, for you to just stop, maybe dim your light just a little bit, just to refocus your eyes and then turn them back on. Just like how right now they came back on. I hope the camera caught that. 5 of Swords. Yes. This, my beautiful Libras, I hope you can see that, because I feel like this is exactly what you've been feeling. You've been feeling this, especially with this full moon energy and these eclipses that we've been going through, or that we're going to be going through. You're just like, what about me? What am I supposed to be doing? Keep doing what you've been doing. That's what I'm hearing. Keep doing what you've been doing. Move forward. If you feel like you need to stop and reset, then that's what you do. You stop and reset, but you don't stay stuck. You don't look around. You don't compare yourself to everyone else. If you need to take a break from social media, then that's what you do. You take a break from social media. But stop comparing yourself. We know that comparison is a thief of joy. We understand that. We know that. And if you didn't know that, then I'm letting you know that right now. Comparison will rob you from what you're supposed to be doing. And this Five of Swords, I feel like it's here to tell you that the mountain that you feel like you need to climb isn't actually that difficult. It's not that high. And there is enough stepping stones for you to step up and to get to the top a lot quicker than you think. So just stay focused on your path. Keep moving forward and know that whenever you need something, it's going to show up. It will show up. I don't know if you're technically meant to work with anyone else right now. I feel like you're maybe starting something that might be like a solo project, but you will have support. And the people that show up will have the best intentions. I truly believe that. So don't be afraid to ask for help, but know that asking for help doesn't mean that you need to do it the way that other people are doing it. You're just gaining maybe some insight, some perspective. Maybe they can highlight some blind spots that you're not seeing. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Just don't compare yourself to anyone else. Okay? So thank you so much, Libra. I am really grateful to be here and to be able to bring this reading to you, and I hope it speaks to you. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.